The soothing holy waters of an iconic river, a passion for the great outdoors, the yoga capital of the world right next door, and that cool hipster 60s vibe. Welcome to Plush Places. I'm Rahul Jagtiani. We're in the beautiful state of Uttarakhand in India, and you and I are about to experience the Ganges. While the 2,500-kilometer long Ganges or Ganga River flows through India and Bangladesh, my experience was centered in and around the small city of Rishikesh. I flew to Dehradun and was driven to a magical spot a couple of hours away, a former property of the Maharaja of Tehri Garhwal called Glass House on the Ganges. Proudly calling itself a non-hotel hotel, the property is stunningly located with an old-world heritage charm and that soothing lush green cover. I was delighted that this would be my idyllic home for the next few days. A leisurely stroll away from the hustle and bustle of the city and right by the river is always a good idea. Large rooms, a laid-back, tranquil vibe. I was looking forward to decompress, and this was the place to be. This is the land of Indian mythology, and I dove straight into it at the ancient Vashisht cave, just a few minutes away. Legend has it that sage Vashisht, son of Lord Brahma, spent a lot of time meditating here after the death of his children. I was pretty fascinated at discovering this tiny little cave before I found a nice, cool spot and slipped into a state of deep meditation. My mind, body and spirit cleanse continued with an outdoor yoga session, followed by an intimate devotional prayer, an ode to the holy river Ganga, and a chilly dip, as well as a therapeutic and relaxing massage session. Day one had melted my stress away. But hey, I can't pretend to be zen-like for too long. Adventure sports and I have a karmic connection too. The next morning, with the roaring rapids, I was raring to go. A 21-kilometer stretch with rather interesting names for rapids like Three Blind Mice, Mickey Mouse and Double Trouble took me all the way to Rishikesh. Why drive when you can raft your way there, right? Been rafting a few times now, but to do it in my own country is a special experience. I've got to say, this rafting here in Rishikesh is right up there with the best. The town of Rishikesh is expectedly busy. A sea of humans and two-wheelers jostle for space on the Ram Jhula and Lakshman Jhula, two landmark suspension bridges a couple of kilometers apart connecting both sides of the river. Close to the Ram Jhula lies the Parmarth Niketan, an ashram where I had the chance to meet Sadhvi Bhagwati, a wonderful American lady and a popular figure who had been living in Rishikesh for over 20 years. And she had an interesting story to tell.
I had graduated from Stanford University. I was in the midst of doing my PhD and came to India traveling. And on the banks of Mother Ganga here, had such a powerful, transformative experience of awakening, of connecting, of truth, that I knew this is where I'm meant to be. And I've pretty much been here since then.
Sadhvi led me down by the river to experience the hour-long Ganga Aarti, where I was joined by thousands of devotees in a beautiful sunset setting, complete with a song and dance. Rishikesh is best explored on foot, and a walk through the narrow bylanes led me to the 60s Cafe, also known as Cafe Del Mar and the Beatles Cafe, an obvious reference to the famous British rock band. Quiet and unpretentious, with a beautiful view, it is here that I learned that the Beatles had a deeper connection with this historic town. Close to the Ram Jhula, in the middle of Rajaji National Park, is the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi Ashram. Also nicknamed the Beatles Ashram, here's where the members of the band spent their summer in the late 60s, writing songs, conducting meetings, and learning advanced meditation techniques from the great yogi himself. Today, it wears a mysterious look.
बहुरी राम जानकी दिखाई जमुना कलिमल हरण सुहाई पुनि देखी सुरसरी पुनीता राम कहा प्रणाम कर सीता तीर्थ पति पुनि देव प्रयागा निर्घट कोटि जन्म भगवागा संगम सिंहासन सोहा छत्र अक्षय पट मुनि मनमोहा चमर जमुन करु गंग तरंगा देख होई दुख बारिद को कहि सकई प्रयाग प्रभाव कलुष पुंज कुंजर क्षेत्र अगम गणगार सुहावा सपने प्रतिपक्षिण कह पावा संगम सिंहासन सोहा छत्र अक्षय पट मुनि मन मोहा चमर जमुन और गंग तरंगा देख होई दुख दारिद.
The hills of Uttarakhand offer yet another opportunity to get up close with nature, but this particular early morning hike was going to be unique. So we have here with us Mr. Devinder, and Mr. Devinder works at the hotel, and the hotel guys have been really awesome, and they've organized this trek right up to the village where Devinder lives, and we're going to have tea this morning at Devinder's house. Devinder entertained me with various stories about his life in the village as I huffed and puffed my way up for the next hour, while he barely broke into a sweat.
हमारा घर आने का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. हम इन पहाड़ियों में रहते हैं और हमारे घर से ये व्यू है.
He had rightfully earned some bragging rights, and not just because he was fitter than I was.
So this is the life, isn't it? Back in the city, we are so caught up in the rat race. But here amidst the mountains, we've got clean air, fresh vegetables, the most beautiful view to die for, and of course the river Ganga right behind me. I could so get used to this.
How often do we get to know the people who serve us? This was definitely one of the highlights of my Ganges getaway, one that left me humbled and eager to learn more about the diverse cultures in my own country. As I got set to depart later that evening, happier, calmer, and perhaps a tad bit fitter, Chef Mohan Rana whipped up one last healthy treat, a farewell meal, straight from his organic garden, or should I say, straight from the heart. Life in the countryside had suited me just fine.
I never knew there could be so many experiences around the Ganges. A trip that's been enriching, spiritual, and adventurous in equal measure. Hopefully I've also managed to wash away a few sins. So until the next time I'm up to no good, Namaste.